So, to everybody watching, I came across this video of Garcelle, I think that's her name, Garcelle Beauvais. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I know her as Fancy from the Jamie Foxx Show. So Fancy is upset because they have now revoked the temporary protection status of Haitians, right? So she's up in arms and she's all upset along with the rest of the Haitian community because they had their temporary protective status removed. Now, I don't know why Garcelle Beauvais is all upset. It was temporary, right? But here we have yet again another situation with so-called blacks from other countries giving us lectures and all of this crap. And so I'm just gonna play the video so y'all can hear what she had to say. And then I'm gonna play the video of a black woman and see what she had to say about what the Haitians are talking about. So let's play this video, get it up on the screen.
Hi, sak pase.
Let's stop it right there. Pause right there. Let me ask everybody in here, everybody that's a Gen Xer that remembers this woman from the R. Kelly Down Low video all the way to the Jamie Foxx Show. Do any of you remember this woman ever saying out of her mouth, "sa ba say"? Do any of y'all remember her ever saying that? You see my point? Now, here's the thing that I got to point out, right? You know why you never heard her say that? You know why you never heard her say that? Because early in her career, she didn't want you to know. Or at the very least, she didn't volunteer that information if you didn't ask, which is what a lot of them do. This is what a lot of them do. And I'm gonna go in about that in a second. I'm gonna go in on that in a second. Like, for real. I'm about to talk cash shit about this, right? So all of a sudden now she jumps on camera and the first thing out of her mouth is "sak ba say." However you pronounce that. I never pronounce it right. So everybody that can pronounce it, forgive me for mispronouncing it. I'm not trying to be ignorant on purpose. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. But this is the first time. And then look, I knew she was Haitian. But the only reason I knew she was Haitian is because I'm one of those weird guys that just knows random trivia, right? So somewhere along the lines over the past 20 years, I overheard somebody say it and it just stuck in my head, right? But it wasn't like common knowledge. It wasn't like it was something she was advertising every day. It's kind of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the beginning of his career, how even though his pops was a famous wrestler, he hardly ever brought it up, right? It's kind of like that, because I don't know if y'all noticed that about The Rock. He does that too. The Rock leans all the way into his Samoan background. Like, have y'all noticed that? Somebody press 1 if you noticed that. Have you noticed that he leans all the way in to that part of his heritage, but he doesn't really lean into the black part of his heritage? Y'all notice that? So it's kind of like that, right? Because what these individuals, because I'm to the point now, I don't consider these black people. I don't. I don't consider these black people, right? And see, look, most of y'all in the chat room are saying, "Yo, I just found out today. I didn't know she was Haitian." Yeah, because she didn't want y'all to know. But now that it gives her the opportunity to be an activist in the day and age where activism is the thing to do, because she wasn't doing this shit. When have you ever heard her bring up anything about Haitians? She didn't even, as far as I remember, she didn't even speak up when they was down there, when those border patrol guards was riding them horses and hitting them Haitians with whatever they was hitting them with. I don't even think she spoke up then. But now all of a sudden, here she come. Right? Let's hear what she had to say.
Staying silent in the face of racism and hate is something that I refuse to do. This past week, the lies that have been spewed about the Haitian community, about my community, have been disgusting, deeply hurtful, and dangerous.
Let's pause right there. To everybody watching right now, does anybody need to lie on the Haitian community? That's a serious question. That's a serious question. Does anybody need to lie on the Haitian community? Here's my question, because this is what I would love to know. I would love to know this. Why don't Haitians want to live in Haiti? Anybody? 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 Why? I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Y'all know me. I don't want to live anywhere but America. Why? Because I was born here. So my question is, why is it Haitians, Jamaicans, Nigerians, every type of person of color that has a homeland come here in droves? Why? It's a poor country. Okay. Why does it continue to be a poor country? Why does it continue to be a poor country? See, here comes the guilt. Would you want to live in a poor country? I don't have to live in a poor country. You know why I don't have to live in a poor country? Because my forebears built this one. Let me say that again, because maybe you didn't hear it. Let me say it again for those of you in the back. I don't have to live in a poor country because my forebears built this one. Why don't the rest of them niggas do the same shit? See, when I think about everything that my people accomplished in this country under the bullshit that they were under, it makes me wonder why niggas on islands in other countries where it's mostly them there, why the hell y'all couldn't do nothing? Especially since you come over here and tell us that you're better than us. How you not doing more on an island or a country where the people that live there are predominantly you? Look at what we did over here being a minority of the population. Come on, would you live in a poor country? I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to live in a poor country because my forebears walked through hell with gasoline draws on. See, what I have right now, the thing that y'all want, which is American citizenship, is my birthright. See, that's the part y'all not getting. It ain't your birthright. It's my birthright. Birthright citizenship was created for black people in this country that were slaves to guarantee that black people in this country that used to be slaves would have citizenship. It wasn't created for you Johnny-come-lately asses. Your people didn't bleed for it. Your people didn't fight in every war for it. You just got here and got the nerve to be giving us a lecture about something. You just got here. The cosplaying is over. We done with the cosplaying. Most of us grew up watching this chick thinking she was just a regular black chick from Compton. Am I wrong? I can't name how many times on the Jamie Foxx Show they said she was from Compton. Never once did her being Haitian come up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because over the past however many years, there has been this slow infiltration. They've been sliding in and just, if I don't say nothing, they're going to think I'm one of them. It's sneaky and it's conniving. How many times have you watched a show and you genuinely thought that it was a home? Bro, how many times have you watched a show and you thought it was a homegrown, bona fide Black American from the culture, and then they do an interview and they got that goofy British accent? How many times has that happened, bro? And then you ask yourself, why the hell are you even playing that role? How many American actors tried out for that role and didn't get that role, and your goofy ass got it? And I don't care if you get offended. Fuck you. I don't care if you get offended. Stop electric sliding your ass over here to this country, cosplaying us, and taking our roles. And then getting elected in the government and doing shit for your people from the other country that's coming over here. Meanwhile, we been here and ain't shit getting done for us. And black folk, I'm gonna tell you something right now. What you need to do, y'all need to get off of this bullshit that y'all on. Y'all need to get off of this bullshit that y'all on. Instead of having smoke for me, you need to be vetting these damn black folk that's in government to make sure they ain't cosplaying a black American and they really from somewhere else. You need to wake up. You Negroes are so caught up in colorism. This is the reason why they can slide their ass over here and you think they one of you. That's the funny thing. You'll jump up here and call me Mexican and all of that shit. I'm one of you. I'm from here. My people been here. But because I'm light-skinned, you will let that goofy dude, David, whatever his name is, you'll let his ass slide over here and pretend like he one of us, and then you just accept it because he dark-skinned. You better wake your ass up. They've been fooling y'all with that for I don't know how long. I don't know how long. Some of them, they don't be looking Nigerian. They come over here, they be looking like one of us, and y'all just accept it. Falling for the okie doke. Some of you even, they even got you on this goofy Pan-African shit. You so worried about a light-skinned nigga, you done let a Nigerian slide in and take your role.
Now, this is not about politics. It's about humanity. We must condemn this kind of hatred, this kind of racism for anyone.
It is not our job to save the world, ma'am. You talking about it's not about politics, it's about humanity. It's about humanity. Who the hell, who said it's our job to save everybody? Fix your own country. Fix your own country. We got our own problems in this country. Without you niggas coming from another country, bringing your shit here too. It's no different. If you want to say that we all family, okay, cool. We all family, but guess what? In this house, in America, FBA is the family that lives in this house. Y'all are cousins from somewhere else. And just like cousins that come from somewhere else, you niggas are trying to take over the damn house. And to be truthfully honest, it's time for your ass to go. It's time for you to go. It's like that episode on the Boondocks when they had Hurricane Katrina and all of them cousins came to live with Granddad and Huey and Riley and was just taking over shit. And just like in that episode, he pretended like he didn't get a FEMA check when he really did, and they dipped out and didn't give Robert no damn money. Y'all ain't no different. You ain't no different. Always trying to guilt us. What you went through ain't our problem. Stop giving us this lecture. Take your ass to France and talk to them. Why are you giving us this lecture? America don't need this lecture. Go to France. Talk to them. They always lecturing us. while simultaneously looking down their nose at us. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all black folk in America, y'all got to draw the line. You got to put your foot down and stop letting these niggas run this game. Stop letting them run this damn game, bruh. They've been running this game too long.
I have always been a proud Haitian immigrant. Coming to America.
I didn't even know she was an immigrant. I thought maybe she just had Haitian parents. I didn't even know she was an immigrant, bruh. This is my first time knowing that she wasn't born in this country, bro.
America, working hard. That's what we do. Coming from gratitude. And I will not sit by and let people talk about my community in any way they want.
Oh, that's the funny shit too. That's the funny shit. They love to act like all immigrants that come here are hard workers. Compared to who? Y'all don't see how they throw shade and everything they say? See, they act like they come over here and they work harder than we do. But you know what they never talk about? They never talk about the benefits they get when they come over here. They don't never talk about that. They don't never talk about the benefits they get when they come over here that we never got. The tax breaks and shit like that. We never got none of that shit. They don't talk about that.
For their own gain. The power we have is the power to vote, to register and vote and stop this madness, this chaos. Haïtiens, c'est pour nous sortir, c'est pour nous voter, c'est pour nous register, c'est pour nous parler avec tout le monde que nous connaît.
I've never seen her do this. I almost don't even want to listen to it. I almost don't even want to listen to it. Like, bro, like this shit is crazy. This is crazy. How many, bro, and I don't care what nobody say. This woman has been cosplaying us forever. This woman has been cosplaying us forever. She been cosplaying us, bro. Like, how many others? How many others? It's like a damn sleeper cell. And here's the other thing, too. They just revoked the protective status of Haitians. Not too long ago, they revoked the protective status of Somalians. And when I heard it, I said, well, damn, how many niggas from other countries got protective status? I tell you who don't got protective status. Black Americans. We ain't never had no protective status. But these the same niggas that be up here talking about racism, racism, racism. It ain't about racism. I've been telling y'all this shit. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. It ain't about racism. It's about tribalism. Because if it was about racism, they wouldn't have let them Somalians come over here and do what they did. It ain't racism. And I got to ask you, black folk, why do you think all of these black folk from other countries is your people when the American government don't even treat them like they your people? Answer that question for me. Because they would have never let you niggas get away with what they did out there in Somalia. Excuse me, in Minnesota. They turned it into Somalia, but they would have never let y'all get away with that shit. The United States government doesn't treat black people from other countries the way they treat black Americans. So why the hell do you? Cuddy said, Angryman, you ain't got to tell nobody you FBA. That ain't even a question. You be on that real shit all the time, bruh. Appreciate you, fam. Man, look, the only people that will get up here and try to say I'm not FBA is haters, because everybody that got any common sense know that if they can tethers can get on TV and they can act like us, but they can't keep that shit up forever. They're only able to do it on TV because it's a TV show. You only watch it. But I get up here every day. Y'all know the flavor. If I was a nigga from another place, you know it sooner or later because I say some goofy shit. But this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. And it burns me up, bro. It burns me up that they come over here and this is what makes me mad about the whole situation. What makes me mad about the whole situation is they always talking down on us. They always talking about us like we ain't shit. They always talking about us like we lazy and we trifling. But when they get ready to copy somebody, they copy us. They want to dress like us. They want to talk like us. They want to invent the same type of music that we got. Everything that we do, they want to do it. While simultaneously talking down on us. That shit is crazy. It's people that are considered black people in other countries right now that's trying to dress the way I'm dressing right now. They'd do anything to have a North Face hoodie and a Yankee fitted hat. But I'm going to tell you, like I said back in the day, because I was born in 78. I was born in the funk era. And one thing we know about the funk, to all you niggas from other countries, you can't fake the funk. Every time you try to do it, you look fraudulent. Every time you try to do it, you look fraudulent. Every time. Every single time. That's the main reason why in The Wire they had Idris Elba play the educated brother in the drug game. They didn't have him play the Avon part or that other joint. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. They love to go in on us. They love to talk about us like we ain't shit. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I know for certain, right? Watch this. You know how I can prove definitively who is one of us and who isn't. Press 1 if you want to know how I can prove it definitively. If you're one of us and you trying to figure out if one of them ain't one of us, call them a nigga. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. If you're a Black American and you're having a conversation with somebody that you think is a tether, call them a nigga and wait and see what they do. Call them a nigga. If they look at you and say, I'm not no nigga, like as soon as they get offended that you call them a nigga, that ain't us. That ain't us, bruh. That ain't us. As soon as they, well, I'm not no, their whole voice will change on your ass. Their entire voice will change on your ass. And look, I keep telling y'all over and over. You want to know the fundamental difference? You want to know the fundamental difference between us and a lot of these other folks? Because y'all really don't get it, man. Y'all really don't get it. Y'all really don't get it. Most of us, regardless of what they told us, most of us were not brought over here from Africa during the slave trade. Most of our forebearers were indigenous to America. Okay? They have lied to us. They have lied to us. We are not the same people. Okay? We have common ancestry, but we're not. It's just like the Vulcans and the Romulans. The Vulcans and the Romulans have a common ancestor, but they are not the same people. That's the way it works over time. You become different people. Okay? Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans have common ancestors. They're not the same people. Puerto Ricans are not the same as Dominicans. Dominicans are not the same as Cubans. They are not the same type of people. Over time, you change. We're not the same people. We're not. And y'all got to start respecting those differences. And see, what should let you know something is wrong is when all of them, see, them niggas that come from other countries, they don't want us to be a specific people here. Because if we're a specific people here in America, they can't run their hustle. See, you as a Black American, you can't go to Jamaica and claim you're a Jamaican. You can't just show up to Jamaica and say, I'm Jamaican. You can't do that. You can't just show up to Haiti and say, oh, I'm Haitian. You can't do that. But they can show up here and say they Black. That's why they got a problem with the concept of ADOS. That's why they got a problem with the concept of FBA. They have a problem with it because it eliminates their ability to run their grift. If you start classifying yourselves as a specific group of people, they cannot come over here and run that game. And see, it's easy for them to do because if you say, well, I'm Black American, well, they can already call themselves Black because they're melanated. And then if they come over here and start living here, they can call themselves American. So guess what? They can play that game. On one day, they can be Black American. And then another day, they can say, oh, I'm Haitian. They can play that game. And it's a very unfair game because you can't do that. The only thing you are is a Black American. There's no other landmass that you can say is yours. They try to tell you that Africa is yours. It's not. The reason why you don't have any other landmass to claim is because this is your landmass. Really, to be truthfully honest, you shouldn't even be calling yourself Black American. You should be calling yourself Indigenous American. The Native Americans that you see on television and documentaries, they're not the only ones. They weren't the only tribes. They weren't the only tribes. This is the lie that they have told you. You should be calling yourself Indigenous Americans. And when they say, oh, well, you came from Africa, man, shut up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that goofy shit. We are not the same people as them. We're not. You go way, 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 way back. You think the only people on a landmass that were people of color was Africa? Travel the globe. There's people of color on every single continent. Why is there people of color on every single continent? Because back in the day, we traversed the globe. No, because it's always been that way. It has always been that way. Let's see what this other sister had to say about this situation.
It was temporary. You had temporary protective status. Temporary, as in not permanent, meaning for a period of time. What are we, guys, I don't get what we're all up in arms about. You guys were never citizens. You had time to get your citizenship. You had time to get your paperwork. You had time to get everything in order. And you didn't believe what the government told you. And that's on you. See, you thought that there was going to be some other law, something else that was passed to help you stay here, continue to benefit off our system. No, this administration stands on business. So with that being said, stop ostracizing Black Americans, because key word in Black Americans, we are actual citizens. This is our country. This is our land. And now you expect for us to stand up for you guys when the government was very clear that you had temporary status. 15 plus years. Oh, but I had kids and now what am I going to do? You had 15 years. And in that time, you can't tell me that your life is not better than it was. No, but remember also, you guys are so quick to make sure you differentiate yourself between I'm Haitian and I'm not Black American. No, I'm Haitian. I'm not Black. I'm Haitian. Well, good. Go back home and live in Haiti.
Back.
And again, I just want to be clear. I have nothing against Haitian people. Nothing like that. But my problem is when you come to Black Americans and say that we need to fight hard for you. You guys are just leaving us out here and these white people are doing this to us and all that. No. Don't put us in that. We have nothing to do with that. We have nothing to do with you not reading your documentation and doing what you need to do to be a member of this society. That's on you. So maybe next time, read your paperwork. What a concept.
The black woman is God. That was straight out of a black woman's mouth. Damn it. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't trying to hear none of that goofy shit. None of that. None of that there. Not a now, another now, none of there. We ain't trying to hear none of that. What's wrong with living in Haiti? If it's messed up, hey, fix your shit. Fix your shit. It was messed up here. Our people couldn't go nowhere. They had to get right. They had to march and protest and get blasted with water hoses and had German shepherds sicked on them and all types of shit. They went through all types of shit. Something wrong with your country, fix it. Don't come trying to guilt trip us. Garcelle Beauvais, whatever your name is. See, she want us to feel sorry for her and all her Haitian buddies. And for those of you that just got in here, if you don't know who Garcelle Beauvais is, I'm talking about Fancy from the Jamie Foxx Show. She wants your pity. The same Fancy that used to be on the show all the time talking about she was from Compton. Turns out she's from Haiti. And now she's all upset. See, the only problem is Black America is done. And we're not just done, we're done. We've been done. Because here's the thing, right? The guilt trip stopped working. It ran out of gas a long time ago, and some of y'all just haven't noticed. See, this is a wealthy, famous actress. Housewives money. Hollywood money, decades in the game. And if I remember correctly, didn't she marry a white man? So I know damn well she ain't up here talking about racism. You ever notice it's always these women of color that are married to white men that want to preach to everybody about racism? Ain't nobody trying to hear it. But she's come along and she's decided to make herself the face of the Haitian sympathy campaign. Not a regular working person, a celebrity telling you how to feel. Now picture that. A millionaire is the one asking you to feel guilty. Not to mention the fact that she made her entire career cosplaying a black woman. Yeah, I said it. I said it. She's not a black woman. She's a Haitian woman. Now, if the rest of you pro-blacks don't want to acknowledge that, I'll be the one to acknowledge it. I'll be the one to say it. If you ain't willing to stand on business, if you ain't willing to stand 10 toes down and make the distinction, that's a Haitian woman. That ain't a black woman. A black woman had a great grandma that was a slave. In America. Let's make that distinction. She came on camera and said, "Ça passe." That's the first time I've ever heard her do that. I've never seen her do that. And you know why she's never done that? Because it didn't serve her before. When she was just building her career, she didn't advertise that. Because it didn't serve her at the time. But let's deal in facts. On June 25th of 2026, the Supreme Court cleared the way to end temporary protected status for more than 350,000 Haitians. That's the news. That's the big issue. A temporary program that was already, it was always meant to be temporary. A temporary program that was always meant to be temporary is ending. It's literally in the name, temporary. Am I wrong? So let me ask the one question that everybody keeps ducking. Where was the temporary protected status for Black Americans? Where was our protected status, even if it was temporary? Have we ever gotten any temporary protective status? Have we ever got any protective status? Have we ever got any status that we didn't fight or bleed for? Where was our program? Where was our shield? Where was our special federal status that said, don't touch these people? They've been through enough. Where was it? It never existed. Ever. Not one day in this country's history have Black people ever had protected status. Why do these other niggas have it? See, here's the God's honest truth. The guilt trip is a hustle. It's a business model. They show up, they cosplay us, they wrap themselves in our unique struggle that they did not live, and then they bill us for the sympathy. That's chicanery. That's a hustle. That's nasty work. That's a charlatan. Stolen valor. I could go down the list. And the bill always comes to the same address. The Black American who was born here and never asked anybody for shit. We're always the ones that got to foot the bill for the rest of these niggas from these other countries. Like freeloading extended family members. Matter of fact, let me keep it all the way funky. Our forebearers were not protected. They were brutalized. They didn't get status. They got the whip, the rope, the back of the bus, and a country that spent 100 years pretending, a few hundred years pretending that we were property. They paid the ultimate price. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. Let me be clear, because I never went through slavery. Let me keep it all the way funky. Our forebearers were not protected. They were brutalized. They didn't get status. They got the whip. They got the rope. They got sent to the back of the bus. And they lived in a country that spent hundreds of years pretending they were property. They paid the ultimate price. And that prosperity, the prosperity people fly from all over the world to get a piece of, that was bought with their blood, not with a form, with their lives. The prosperity that these so-called black people from other countries fly here from all over the world to get a piece of was bought with the blood of our forebears. And this ain't nothing new. This is the same disrespect I broke down when David Oyelowo, whatever his name is, and Godfrey had that conversation. You remember that? Remember when he said that the Southern accent was just a Nigerian accent with slavery and subservience added on top? That's how they talk down to us. That's the contempt right out in the open. Foreign born, looking down their nose at the actual descendants of American slaves that paid that price. Same energy every single time things stop going their way. Because I don't know if you noticed this or not, but when things are going their way, they are perfectly content pretending to be us so they can benefit from whatever they can benefit from. It isn't until the shit gets taken away from them that all of a sudden they're ready to talk shit. Now understand my standard, because the standard is the standard and it always will be. I'm not saying anybody deserves to suffer. I'm not celebrating anybody's hard time. What I'm saying is you don't get to weaponize my ancestors' pain to win your policy argument. You don't get to put our history on your resume and then hand us the guilt when we don't want to co-sign your bullshit. Because that's all y'all do. Y'all come to this country and you use the history of this country, the conflict of this country, to claim that you're oppressed. You're lucky you're even in this damn country, if we're being totally honest. One standard for everybody, no favorites, no exceptions. So let's settle accounts once and for all. We don't owe you an apology. We don't owe you. Us Black Americans, us Indigenous Americans, do not owe you an apology because we were born here. We don't owe you guilt. We don't owe you silence. We don't owe you the debt you keep trying to put in our name. Ownership above all. And that starts with owning the fact that this debt is not ours. Take your ass to France with that guilt trip. Go have a conversation with the French about what you feel like you're owed, Haitian community, because it ain't got shit to do with us. We got our own damn issues. Tell your story walking, fancy. We hear you. We just don't care. We don't give a shit. So Beano Nation, I'll leave you with this. They built a whole industry on making us feel responsible for everybody who wasn't born here. They cosplay our struggle. They cash in on our history. And they call us the villains when we say enough. So answer this question for me and make sure you answer it straight. When did non-American people of color decide that Black Americans owed them some sort of reparations for having the privilege of being born in America? Why do they think we owe them something because we were born in this country and they weren't? I want to know. Because they keep showing up in droves expecting to collect every damn thing that is really owed to us. And that's the truth. Any way you cut it. That's the truth. Any way you cut it. Shout out to Akiak. He said, facts. Meanwhile, the Asians run Jamaica and barbecue is barbecuing in Haiti. And don't get me started on Africa. These tethers can sit all the way down. Facts. That's that. Beano energy. Shout out to my man Gino. He said, bro, you singing my song. Every time I say it, I get called a hater. No doubt, brother. Appreciate you. That's that. Beano energy. Shout out to Knowledge. Said the American Civil War was the most important war of the whole war, and it shaped the world as we know it. That's to our ancestors. Yeah, and that's thanks to our ancestors. My bad. You missed the word thanks. That's thanks to our ancestors, no doubt. That's that. Beano energy. Shout out to Welcome to Big Pat Sport Talk. Say, yep, they say we work hard like we didn't build this whole damn country and we were already here before any of them came here to take our land. That's facts. That's that. Beano energy. Shout out to everybody that came through. I told y'all we was going to have a great show. I didn't want to do it this late, but screw it. It is what it is. It was a great show. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the show. Shout out to the sponsors, my man Burnell and Forever Studios. Y'all already know what it is, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Salute to the whole Beano Nation. I'm going to holler at you guys. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me see if anybody else. Is anybody else live? Is anybody else live? Let me see if anybody else is live. I might send y'all over to, let's see, my man Trey. Man, Trey is live. I'm going to send y'all over to Trey. Let's see. Let me send y'all over to Trey. Let's see, redirect. There we go. Save. And then redirect. There we go. Send y'all over to Trey. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.
blueprint, now go build a estate. Stop arguing with broke, man, stop debating with fake. We don't negotiate value, we dictate the price. You watch the show for free, I just gave you a slice. But the real ones know where the equity lives. We taking everything, we got nothing to give. The manual is waiting, you know where it's at. This ain't a gamble, it's a guaranteed bet.
Build, protect, lead. Go and plant the seed. Build, protect, lead. That's the code we need. Go to the side, secure the command. The Angryman channel, the standard of the land.
The Angryman
Get the shirt, get the book.
Start watching, start working. We up.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.